Welcome back to a new food reviews with Fatty. As always, I'm your host Fatty, and this is going to be part 2 of the Gameday Hers Chip Challenge. I don't know what to call it. I don't really have a name, but we're going to try a second set of chips here. I don't know how that's going to go. Just kind of bear with me. I'm kind of feeling a little froggy today, so I've been trying some new stuff. Actually, hold on. I'm going to do this again. That don't look better. Ah, fuck it. I'll just run the video and just take it out. I don't know why I do the recuts like that. Fuck you. Okay. Ah, there we are. Very nice. Very, very nice. Now I need to do that lighting one more time. Yeah. Welcome back to a new food reviews with Fatty. As always, I'm your host Fatty, aka Jay. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. You know? So this is actually going to be part 2 of the Gameday snacks review. So what this is their Gameday flavors potato chips. If you've already seen the first video, you know that Philly cheesesteak is a big no. Boo. It was disgusting. Trash. Garbage. Hers. Nasty. Chips. Now I'm kind of hoping that this second one won't be that. So we've got the Hers Gameday Carolina style pulled pork barbecue. Now, they do have a little thing on the back that I've been reading. These are fairly cheap. The chips are the same calories as the first video, which would be 150 calories per serving, 2.5 servings per container, 360 calories per... I always say this, and then 360 calories per container. These actually don't have all the food dyes in there, which I kind of dig, because the other one had food dyes in it that I didn't really want to deal with. But these are the Gameday flavors. So I'm just going to read you the little special note that they put on the back of the box, or the back of the bag, because I don't know if it's the same one on every one of them. It says, flavor worthy of Gameday. Football season is here, and that means spending time with friends and family rooting for your favorite team. Whether you are tailgating in the parking lot at the game or watching from home, make your gathering worth cheering for by adding Hers Gameday flavors. Score big by making these quality snacks part of your game day ritual. Which does sound the same. They do say Hers forever good, but that last chip was forever bad. So, yeah, but they got the little forever good and their little slogan, if you can see that there. How special. Hers forever crap. Now, I will say, when I was growing up, Hers potato chips were really good chips. I don't know what's happened in the last, I don't know how long, but they definitely aren't as good as they used to be. So I'm just going to call that right now. But hopefully these are better ones, because the Philly cheesesteak just tasted like cheddar and sour cream potato chips. Spoiler alert. With a bunch of salt. Spoiler alert. Terrible. Spoiler alert. So now you don't have to watch the first video. If you just want to watch the second one, that's fine. But I would love for somebody to watch both of them. Oh, and one more thing. Before I do these chips, I just want to go ahead and give a real big shout out to everybody who likes, subscribed, and rang the bell. Everybody who hasn't, please do take a few seconds out of your day to like, subscribe. And if you like the videos, ring the bell. Another thing. I just want to address the elephant in the room. I am looking for sponsorships currently, so if there are any food companies or non-food companies that would like to have me promote their products, not only on this channel, but on my Everything Reviews channel, I'd be more than happy to do that for a small sponsorship fee. And the channel is currently looking for sponsors, as you understand while I'm speaking right now. So we're going to go ahead and give these a try. I'm going to do the smell test. I'm going to taste them. And I'm going to tell you what I think. And also Mr. Predicto. I got my buddy Mr. Predicto, so he's going to do a little something for me here on the show too. He'll let you know what he thinks. I don't care what Mr. Predicto thinks, but oh well. Alright, so we're digging in. The smell test. These smell much better than the Philly cheesesteak ones. I'll just be honest. They actually have like a barbecue smell. Now, smell and taste are two different things, though. And these look like they have pretty good seasoning, if you want to see that there. Got the seasoning. Maybe these are not the Hers crappy potato chips. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and find out. I mean, it smells really good. I will say these are much more tolerable. Not a lot of, there might be a lot of sugar, or I mean salt, but I'm definitely not tasting as much salt. Now I'm gonna have to remember what that name is they call it, where they're showing how companies are knocking people off. This time with this bag, I've only had 2 potato chips out of this bag, and I just opened them right here on the video. And that's where we're at this time. So that's how much air there is. I think they call it like, I forgot what it was. It's like similar to shrinkflation, but they it's another word that they use. I don't know. People keep making up these little words for the reasons why that the companies are putting more air in the bag than chips. And the only thing I got to say is, yeah, it shouldn't be happening. That's all. Now, my first impression of this is it's just barbecue. The whole southern, the whole Carolina barbecue pulled pork thing, that's clearly a marketing gimmick here. And of course, in order to be able to sell it even better, why not get it on game day? This did come from Dollar Tree. It was $1.25. Just like the other bag of chips that you saw me do the review on the previous video if you watched it. So the value wasn't horrible for the first one. But the value was horrible also because I'm not going to eat those. They're so salty that I can barely handle it. And by the way, this is something I would like to point out. I did both of these videos in one day, in one setting. So I do have the Gameday crappy chips here that are very much more salty. These are very much more salty, the Philly cheesesteak, than these pulled pork barbecue. Now the question is, yeah, so see, these are much more salty because they have 270 milligrams per serving, and I only ate 3. And these have 230 milligrams, so these both have a lot of salt, obviously, and quite a bit of carbs. But I gotta be honest, these chips are the worst chips ever. Save your sorrows. Now for these here, I'm gonna have one more. Okay. So since these are edible, I'm gonna say that the value stands at like a 7. For the visual, they do look like the bag. I don't even know why I do visual anymore because on certain products, but I just like to do that as a running thing on the channel. And then on the overall, I'm going to give this like a 6. Well, no, I'm giving it a 5. And I'll tell you why. Because so much sodium. Like, how much salt does anybody need in one setting of a bag of potato chips? Really high sodium. I'm not complaining, but that's just where I stand with it. And of course, before we get Mr. Predicto going, we're going to have a little drum roll for Mr. Predicto. That wasn't a drum roll. Got to learn my buttons. Either way, we're going to have Mr. Predicto. We're going to ask him, Mr. Predicto, do these Hers Gameday flavors, Carolina Sweet, barbecue pulled pork chips suck? Man, that was a mouthful. That's what she said.
Definitely not.
Okay, so Mr. Predicto don't think these ones suck. Thank God. Because these are actually really good, I think, in my opinion. Just the salt content is just amazingly crazy that they put that much salt in it. So yeah, that's basically where we're at with it today. Again, thank you for everybody that's been liking and subscribing and ringing the bell. And as always, you know what happens. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm going to call it a day. And as always, I'm going to call it a day because it is a day. And as always, food reviews with Fatty, out.